Hello everyone, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing and plays. If you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button. Let's talk some boxing. Tonight is a big night for boxing. Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2, the rematch. That is for me one of the best fights. The first fight was crazily good. I didn't expect Conor Benn to stand toe to toe against Eubank Jr. and walk him straight down. That was some crazy thing, even to the point where Conor Benn had Eubank Sr.'s respect. Of course, the memorable entrance of Eubank Sr. Alongside his son Junior, after not speaking for years. I understand how a father and a son can have disagreement when the son thinks he's now a man. On one hand, they will say, yeah, in Europe they will say let your son or your child be what he wants to be or do what he wants to do, like let him grow his own wings. Or Senior is from Jamaica, right? So originally from Jamaica. I don't know how Jamaica is now, but the Jamaica of my imagination then, especially when I met a couple of Jamaicans then, they tend to have this African family orientation, amongst them, whereby the father guards the son or the daughter, through their life. It doesn't mean he wants to control them. It might look like that to a Westerner, but I think it's a form of guardian, guarding the son through their life, especially in a dangerous scenario, because boxing is not an easy man's sport. Boxing is a sport whereby you could get your life taken away from you at any given moment, and it's legal. Nothing will happen. It's legally abiding, and legally binding for that to happen to you. So I think Eubank Sr. haven't seen a lot, haven't experienced a lot, haven't been through everything. He's a former world champion, stuff like that. He's done things he shouldn't have done, moving up. I think he even moved up to cruiserweight, if I'm not mistaken. So he's taking a lot of risk. He's seen the downside of it, and he's experienced everything. So he's trying to guard his son. Of course, being too overly protective of your son, of your child, might be a little bit extreme for some people. Like a free-minded person, Westerners are free-minded. They let their kids grow their own wings at some point. It is a good thing, but also it can either break or make a child, So yeah, I don't understand why Eubank Sr. felt odd that he was actually like abandoned, or asked to step aside by his own son, and that's sometimes a grudge that fathers hold to their hearts, But it's nice to see that Senior was present alongside Nigel Benn at the press conference, standing toe to toe, smiling, and it was really nice. Because let's keep it real, without their fathers, I don't know if anyone would even buy into the fight. It's because of the legacy that their fathers left behind. That's what they are benefiting from now. I know they will say, why should I give them anything and stuff? Why should I get paid? I think Conor Benn takes care of his dad, Same, I don't know if Eubank Junior takes offense that. I think he should, because Senior is the reason why Junior even have a career. Of course, Junior hasn't been able to achieve what is that achieved already. He's not a world champion. He did hold I think the IBO one time, but that's not really recognized among the top belts. You know, basically IBO is just like a paper champion. Though it is a sanctioning body, but the respect is not there. Unlike if you hold the Ring magazine, for example, that is a legitimate belt. That's the Bible of boxing, but it's a magazine belt, and I think it's the first. So I think Ring magazine should have been made one of the top as part of the sanctioning bodies or so. But I get it. Ring magazine have been doing something very extremely different from others. Even now, Trickle Shake has kind of resurrected the magazine, you know. So even though he did try to monopolize boxing, but he now says that it's not possible. That's why you have to give Trickle Shake some credit, because at some point he tried to monopolize boxing, but when he saw the impossibility of it and how crazy it is, he just, oh yeah, I didn't think he could do that, so I'm just going to work with everyone. And that is how boxing has been really thriving. You know, there is nobody who's been left out. There is no, oh, you're just a small promoter to work with. No, they all work together and stuff like that. So this fight right here, how do I see it playing out? It's going to be very interesting, especially when you look at, you know, what Chris Eubank Jr. Did in the first fight. He put himself through a lot of pain to make that weight. First of all, it was kind of like, it looked like a skeleton actually. Conor Benn, you have to give him credit as well. You know, it's not his natural weight, so he moved up and took classes to fight Eubank. So you have to give him credit for that as well. And he's a smaller guy, so Eubank should be able to use his jab, keep him on the bay this time around. But Conor, I think would since he's found, since he now knows he can hurt Eubank, he's going to do something very clever. You know, maybe keep the fight on the inside, because I think if he keeps it on the inside, he will be able to, he will have more success on the inside when he fights Eubank on the inside, compared to if he fights him on the outside, because Eubank has a longer reach and he can go. We saw the first fight, he actually bossed Eubank in the, I think in the first half of the fight. He bossed quite well. You know, at some point he looked very like, at some point I thought to myself, like, there is no problem for Eubank in this fight. But then Conor took over, and yeah, Eubank won the fight on paper for sure, but Conor Benn did snatch a lot of rounds, especially in the later rounds. So we'll see what it comes over this time around. Knowing that he could hurt Eubank is a big plus, so we shall see what happens. And big ups to each and every one of you for supporting the channel.